Did you guys watch my recent comedy? I think it's the best one I've ever done. And I promise that I'm not purposely cutting it so that you can't see my face. But it kind of makes sense that happens, since I'm not a vain person and I really, really hate cameras. So I told y'all, I'm like almost Amish, okay? But yeah, the Amish don't like their pictures taken. I find it interesting though, like the screenshots. You know, like when you put up a video on YouTube, they have 3 different screenshots that you can choose from. And I've saved a lot of the screenshots because I think that it's really interesting. This documentary on my life. And something that I can't help but notice is that I'm actually really fucking happy. You know, like I look at all these shots of myself from the videos that I do, and I'm like, man, like you actually look really, really happy. And that's so cool, you know? Well, it's because I'm living my dream. Like, quite literally. Not right now, though. Look at this bullshit. Look at that. Look at that. It's bullshit. It's so annoying. I hate semi-trucks so much. Yeah, don't even think about cutting in front of me, white truck. Who the fuck do you think you are? Anyway. So. Yeah, but I was watching that comedy video, though, and did y'all see that blue-haired girl? Yeah, there's like a shot of her, like immediately in the beginning. In case you missed it. Really beautiful girl. She's got tattoos. Like both of her arms are covered in tattoos. And she had blue hair. It was like light blue at the top and dark blue at the bottom. It was really pretty, okay? Here's the thing, I don't care what crazy degenerate shit you do as long as you can pull it off. That's why I like Blaire White, okay? I think people are mad because things like that exist. And it's like they're not going to stop existing. But I will say, like, yeah, most of the people that do that stuff don't do it right. Because, yeah, like, I would say that a lot of these people that are, like, doing the transitioning stuff, it's like most of them are just confused or they're insecure, you know? They haven't really, like, sat down and thought about it, which is fucked up. But, like, I feel like so many things are wrong with this culture, and they don't get talked about. I feel like they're sort of capitalizing on the trans stuff because they know that they can make a fuck ton of money off of everybody's misunderstanding. It's like you can call it transphobic or whatever. I think they just want their kids to grow up in a world that's not as confusing as this world. But anytime that you criticize something, people say that you either hate it or you're afraid of it. And that's not true. I mean, at least it's not in my case. Because I hang out with all those motherfuckers, you know? I wouldn't be able to work with women, and I wouldn't be friends with women if I actually hated women, you know? I just hate most women. And I'm allowed to hate most women because of what most women do. And even if they're not, you know, screwing over their baby daddies, it's like they're screwing themselves over. They don't even know it. But self-awareness is not something that is encouraged in Western countries, because they want you to fit in. Because fitting in is money. Fitting in is validating. You know, so every day when I go to school, elementary school, middle school, high school, it didn't matter. It's all the same. They treat you like a child no matter what. Well, like, it's just horrible, you know? I had to live in this other world. Like, I've talked about this other world I live in, this little fantasy world. And the reason I live in the fantasy world is because, like, I know that this world ain't real. I've always known that. And sometimes that makes me really sad. Because it's like I never had a childhood. I never had this period of innocence where I was like just playing with my toys and not thinking about shit, you know? I've never not thought about shit. So, you know, considering the way that I'm wired, you know, mentally and emotionally, psychologically, whatever you want to call it, it's like, of course I would drink to try to turn that down a little bit. You know, of course I would do things compulsively to give myself some sort of boost. Well, I was just thinking about, like, being a klepto and, like, how what's the word? Intoxicating? Is that the correct term? Like, you felt, like, invigorated when you did something bad, you know? Yeah. It was like I was having a contest with myself. You know, I say, like, Jerry Garcia was, like, in a contest with himself to see, like, how many drugs he could do. Well, it's like, that's how I was about bad behavior, you know? Like, I wanted to drink more than anybody else. I wanted to just be that baddie, you know? And it's because I didn't know, like, what my purpose was in this world. I didn't know, like, what I was supposed to do. And if you don't know what you're supposed to do, you're going to end up doing a bunch of shit that doesn't make any sense, doing a bunch of shit that's really detrimental to you. I don't know, at least I didn't, you know, pop out a kid. A lot of people, they think that that's some sort of accomplishment. It's not if you don't raise the kid. I mean, we have so many kids that fall through the cracks of the system because parents are just having sex and, like, they don't even think about it. Well, you know, I can't not think about it because, like, I'm adopted. So, like, every time I've had sex, that's always been on, like, the forefront of my mind. Like, what if you get pregnant? 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 Pray about it, pray about it, pray about it, pray about it. So I was always in intense prayer mode anytime that I would fornicate. So it's a pretty effective form of birth control, though, I'll tell you that.